That's right. It's Tuesday night. It's time for the Midwest Motorsports Road Series to take place. Tonight we're at Brands Hatch for round three of the Road Series, and the broadcast is back. All right, hold your applause, hold your applause. We're back. I'm James J with Adam Sondak tonight. The Road Series has two races under their belts, and tonight we're going for round three. 9, 10 SR10s will start the grid tonight, and 15 M2s, 19 M2s, I believe, are on the field. Congrats to Johan DeRoy and Michael Odell for starting on the front row. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and around the world. Mid-class racing, Midwest Motorsports style, the SR10s. Bring it in nice and slow. Michael Odell starts them off, and he steps on the loud pedal. High downforce rocket ships of Johan DeRoy start us off. Through Paddock Hill Bend, up to Druids for the very first time. And the AMs also now make their way through Paddock Hill Bend. Congrats to Kyle Ryan for putting it on the pole. So much action to cover, hard to know where to start. Back up front with Johan DeRoy. And the slipstream in effect. Adam, it's James, you got me?
Yeah, I got you here. We're watching Johan take the lead. It looks like Johan's in a test spec with the all black out here. We watched the SR10 field. This is going to look a lot different when the BMWs come through. The difference in these two cars couldn't be more different, really. I mean, just the downforce that these cars have, the acceleration, the way that this car versus the BMW demands to be driven. We're going to see a lot of interesting racing here, and especially we're going to see a lot of mixed class racing because these SR10 cars are going to catch this BMW field quick.
I think they were about 20 seconds faster.
Yeah, we're going to see some action tonight and throughout the series.
Two very different machines on the track at the same time. Jason Geyer leads Ron Kabiltis, I believe. NAM division up front. And the SR10s is still Johan DeRoy trying to break the slipstream. The slipstream is strong around here. I understand if you're within a second and a half, you are in the draft. As we got somebody going wide, that would be Jason Wahlberg. No, that may have been Christopher Rowe.
Let's see, looks like
in the slipstream now, riding with Christopher Rowe. Across the start-finish line. Need a whole lap maybe with the SR10. Looking up at Travis Rowe. Relation. Oh, a lot of lockup from Travis. And Christopher Rowe gets by. Now let's ride with Travis to see if he can get that position back as they line up around Surtees to go on the long straight. Here, there's going to be a slipstream. You can see the track map. We're riding with the blue dots. We're riding with the yellow dot.
Yeah, everybody's favorite blue M&M, Travis Rowe. Got a new look Wart livery on this car. It almost looks like a lake trout on that front left fender. So good job getting all the Wart liveries updated. There are more of them than ever, so I'm sure that Team Wart has their project management team on that, making sure that all the deadlines are met. Stayed up all night
Every-
getting the wraps put on these cars.
Everybody's in compliance. Michael Odell, third place. Under attack from Max Bauer. Max Bauer in the, I think that's for like the Winds Jaguar, purple silk cut Jaguar paint. Looks awesome. Bringing back some IMSA GTP memories.
Yeah, I'll
This is the battle
have to
for
find
third.
out if he sought that out or if that's a classic. I'm racing this car in 20 minutes and need something, and you pop on training paint, and that's the coolest thing you see in 2 pages of scrolling. Oh, a little mix up here, multi-class.
That's how quickly it can go wrong. Nothing the BMW can do there. That was Skyler Whitfield, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a bit for understanding the difference in braking markers, how these classes work together. I know I've seen some conversation already between the drivers of the classes, as far as the BMW drivers getting used to being caught much quicker than they previously were in GT
If the rule is,
competition.
yeah, so much easier said than done. If the rule is hold your line, we'll drive around you. That's easy to say until these guys are coming at you. That's how quickly it happens. The
Yeah, you
braking
can
zones are
see
so different.
just the difference there. I mean, almost the entire time
Right.
that Rick was braking there, Johan was on throttle or coasting. The performance in braking is a lot different as well. So that's going to be part of the problem.
It's going to be all about patience. I think it really is.
Yeah.
That must be John Daniels on the Momo machine
Yeah, this
going down
really
a
is,
lap.
sort of a mix between a cars and coffee track day car
Yeah.
and a, purpose-built machine for your venture capitalists, startup founders, and things of that like. So,
5.1, 5.3 second lead. Oh no, Max Bauer must have made a mistake because he's going backwards. This might be painful. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Max.
mm,
Was it traffic? No, they're racing for position. This is for second place. And Max just loses it. Snap oversteer into the wall. Oh, no touch. He does bring some gravel back onto the road, but that's about it. So good on you, Max, for not doing more damage. You will live to
it's
fight
a
another day.
it's a pretty sketchy turn. It's not very smooth there. It's off camber. You really have to take it aggressively in order to make it work. So being offline there, trying to race, definitely might not be a position you're used to being in. See how off camber it is there.
This is a battle for position. Travis Rowe and David Stark. David Stark just ahead of Travis. CJ Barzak. I thought he was closer to John Daniels. Trying to reel John Daniels in the machine, red and white machine right just ahead. Just outside of the slipstream. Michael Odell in an unfamiliar ninth place right now. So he must have had an entertaining event on the road as well after qualifying on the front row. 60-minute racing. Lots of time to make it up. Rick Bundren and Aaron Mitchell here. The M2s. Do not underestimate these machines. It's easy to think they're just slow, heavy bricks. They can really teach you a lot, learn a lot about car control and reactions, and paying attention to the feedback you get from the road.
Yeah, I think that was a big revelation for our drivers in the BMW when coaches were encouraging under driving rather than over driving the car. It's not necessarily a machine you're going to hustle. You want to be smoother, and people will start to see, I think, better performance now as they get used to that.
And don't forget to check your mirror for an SR10 coming through or a field of SR10s coming through. But right now, these guys are free to race. And it looks like he's waiting to reset. Big update from iRacing today. Hope everybody got their PC together.
I did not, even though I left work early to install it. For some reason, it won't launch me into the session, even though I installed everything. So, always a joy to get the updates on League Night. Everybody always has fun with that administrative work, but able to field a decent amount of cars here tonight and put on a race. So
It's our 10 leaders working their way.
I'm not sure
about
that any
that,
of
Adam?
the changes. I was just going to say, I'm not sure any of the changes impacted these cars directly. But lots of changes to the GT4 cars from last season.
Oh, no, that's your leader. I believe that's Alex Bahari getting tangled up. Losing contact with Johan DeRoy. That might be Christopher Hopper. Could be wrong. But it's going to take Alex Bahari out of position. Out of the slipstream, maybe some damage. Again, impossible to just hold your line. It's just too easy. It's not, doesn't always work that way. Hopper's doing his best right here. The red car is Alex Bahari. The black SR10 right behind it. These are your leaders working their way through traffic. And just this is again the closing speed. Hopper's ready to turn in for his corner. And he slides out, holds his line, which is exactly what he's supposed to do. He takes his racing line and just Alex tried to go around the outside, and It didn't work. It was awesome Momo looking paint though. Gives Johan DeRoy now 5 second lead. We're back live. It might take the whole season for us to really learn how and when to pass and to learn patience, especially early in a 60-minute race. With a pit stop, at least
Right.
one. I also understand that the SR10s can't quite go 30 minutes, but can go more than a true two stop. So the question is, do you fuel save and make it one stop? Do you splash at the end? It might depend on the actual length of the pit road itself. Let me know when you get cameras up, Adam. I'm happy to switch over back to you. Until I'm the one running the cameras, doing the best I can. Adam does a much better job than I do. But Johan DeRoy getting some well-deserved screen time for his beatdown right now from the pole, 7.9 seconds ahead of second
Yeah, it
place.
seems like this is a car that really suits him. I think that especially the drivers that do a lot of prototype endurance driving, I think will really have some success. I think that's definitely been something that's helped Caden Richardson coming over, joining the league. It's a lot of experience in prototype endurance.
I agree 100%. Last week's winner, by the way, from Watkins Glen. No, the first week
Yeah,
winner
week one winner.
from
Yep.
Road America. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened at Watkins Glen. Looks like some sort of a computer issue didn't get fired off. Just a
Oh,
donation to the drop week.
it looks like Johan DeRoy was going the wrong way. Oh, nope, it's just a timing error. All right. CJ looking up at Keegan Bahari with John Daniels right behind him. There he is. Out of the trees, out of the woods comes Kyle Ryan. He's under some pressure from Rick Bundren.
Weaving. There is Jason Wahlberg.
Into the grid. Looks like Rick's going to get around him. Kyle Ryan leaving room for an SR10. And Rick Bundren takes over position 2 in the AM division. See if Kyle can get him back. Into Drew as he sneaks inside. Rick Bundren didn't put up a big fight at all. A lot of racing left.
I haven't taken a look to see yet how we're doing for incident points, but Brands Hatch is a track that can quickly catch you out, especially when you're going through the back section there. It's super easy to pick up some off tracks. Looks like almost everybody at least has a few. Couple with drivers with 5 and 6. Quite in the danger zone yet, but they come quick, especially with the contact we've seen so far between the classes.
Right? Especially in these corners here that we're coming up on, where the racing line may not be very crystal clear with the curbing, the sand, and the grass. The kind of the concrete lattice work. The downforce of those SR10s just make it look easy. On a rail, Cody Ite holds his line. Cody Ite got his first Midwest Motorsports win in class last week. Congrats to him from Watkins Glen.
Yeah, congrats to him
Those,
for buying Brands Hatch yesterday or 2 days ago.
right, I saw that in his cart. Yeah,
So
wait for that discount to get a couple at a
there's
time.
always somebody.
Next up the road for Cody Ite is Christopher Hopper. Not too far ahead. Right now, big gaps up front. Johan DeRoy, 9 seconds. I'm sorry, no, 2.8 to Alex Bahari. There's the red car in the background. So, Johan being patient as he works through the AM division leader. He's got to be so careful. Just the 21-minute mark. Christopher Rowe by himself working his way through traffic. David Stark gets around Hopper. There's Cody Ike getting a little closer to Hopper. We'll come back to that one, I'm sure. Running with David Stark with Steve Hansel right behind him. Scuba Steve. Get right along with Steve inside his helmet.
Needs to pull a tear off there.
He does. Oh man, right back in
toss it to the side so it doesn't get in your air scoop there on your SR10. People have been wondering what it's like inside the mind of Steve.
A little fuzzy to me.
Edge.
Third gear on exit. Oh, to get held up. Can Steve make it work for him? Oh, what patience. Good patience, but now we have a race for third place. Steve Hansel on David Stark. Steve Hansel in the silver machine. Now there's a gap. It just goes to show how quickly David Stark lost a second and quickly gained it as right back. I gotta admit, I expected much worse, much more contact. I won't say much worse. But say we got a black flag. Could be wrong. Could be reading the tower wrong.
No, race control did confirm that Travis Rowe has been given a black flag. So I believe the timing data is not carrying the full incident point numbers. It's just the off tracks. So
Oh, Roger.
we are already in the danger zone. I thought that everybody was at least had a little bit of room yet, but not the case.
Steve Ansel looking up at David Stark. The downforce of BMW M2 right in front. And we're going back side by side. Come on, camera. Steve Ansel on the inside of Druids. Can he make it stick? No, David Stark holds on to it. Holds the inside line of turns 3 and 4. Steve's going to have to try to make another run. But good patience being shown here by Steve Hansel. Early in the race, no stop yet.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Definitely making David Stark sweat, though.
He's been aggressive. Has Steve?
Man, this is fun.
Moved up 8 positions. Round 1 in Road America. Started 16th, finished 8th. David Stark 6th last week. Both longtime members of the league.
David Stark has the job of coming up on the traffic first. So he kind of dictates the pace as these two go through. They're not careful. Michael Odell's going to catch back up. He's not far behind and gaining after a big off earlier, starting on the front row. Michael Odell's making a comeback, currently 5th. Travis Rowe is in the pits. Johan de Roy just turned the fastest lap of the race, or has turned the fastest lap of the race. 1:18.9. That's faster than qualifying.
If you're going to follow somebody, Michael Odell is a good person to follow.
Yeah, darn right. There's Michael Odell. Is that Steve? You just got around Steve. Setting his sights up. So it's good to see you, Timothy, on the YouTube chat. We missed you in our house as well. Big shout out to everybody who pitched in and made donations, contributions to the broadcast PC. You can see we got a motherboard upgrade. Hopefully you can tell in the graphics picture well. Race reset, Johan de Roy, fastest man on the track. 7 seconds now ahead of Alex Beheri. Christopher Rowe third. And we're through a pit cycle now, so don't take the timing tower perfect just yet.
Max Bauer has been hit with a black flag for incidents.
Shout out to all the new members joining us for the Midwest Motorsports Road Series. We're glad you're here. Alex goes by. Nicholas Moffett is not new. Rick Bundren right behind him. As I believe it's pit cycle time for the M2s as well. We're just past the halfway mark, 30 minutes down, 30 to go. Nicholas Moffett letting it hang out in the all-white BMW.
Yeah, that's scary. That looks like the type of M2 that almost runs you down in the crosswalk.
Right.
Triggering even.
Rick Bundren's in the pits. Christopher Rowe in the pits.
This is interesting if the cars are on the same pit cycle across classes. That would definitely add a new layer if the cars are running about the same cycles.
Or if they're repairing damage.
Sure.
Thanks to our pit reporter, Graham O'Connor.
I didn't know we'd found him. I thought he was lost.
Here's Alex Baeri. Let's see if we can find Johan DeRoy. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Working his way through traffic on the long back stretch. And Baeri just now starting his exit of Surtees. So about 5 seconds or so. Then Christopher Rowe. Another 5 seconds back. That's the top three in SR10 after the pit stop side of the slipstream. So now it's just really is about staying out of trouble, managing traffic, and you could come home with the top three. But not if Michael Odell has anything to say about it. Steve Hansel still hanging out with Michael Odell. Like you said earlier, Adam, that's a great one to follow for a while.
Right. Follow
If you
Michael
can,
Odell around long enough, you can become Steve O'Hansel or CJ O'Barzak. Well,
that's right.
for the
That's
for the
right.
right price, we can update your name in the roster.
You have a lot of laps around Brands Adam. You have a favorite section or a trouble section?
It's not the easiest course. It doesn't seem like something that's as challenging as newer courses with very technical sections, but it is very difficult with the amount of camber, the off tracks with the the pavers on the runoff. You can see here as they're coming up the hill, trying to figure out how much brake to trail, how hard you can take that cut to make sure you get this run here. This blind turn to the right, cut in there early, make sure you get over, and it's very different to drive this track based on the cars. We ran the trucks here, the NASCAR trucks in the truck
Yeah.
series, and that was just that's the most I've sweat running the simulator, just because keeping that truck within the lines was so difficult to do and to be patient. So it's a very difficult track. Once you get in the back, it is really fun through there, but it can also turn sour pretty quickly.
Move Michael Odell up past David Stark. Michael Odell now back into up to fourth place, I believe. Alex Berry in second. Oh my gosh. Little lift and coast through there. Like I said, I don't think you can go full throttle for minutes.
Yeah, that said, it's a light machine with a lot of aerodynamic force.
Back to the M2 leader, Kyle Ryan. Looks like he's got a solo event, staying out of everybody's way. Actually, he's only got 1.2 seconds back to Nicholas Moffat, and then 5 seconds to David Wortman. Am I reading that right? Maybe not. We got a couple timing towers going on here, so we're working on it. Little bugs will get better for next time. There's David Wortman, though. Glad David joined us back. Nice, strong second place right now, I believe. Under attack from Kyle Ryan. Battle for the lead. David Wortman has it. Kyle Ryan wants it. And Alex Barry wants by in the Momo SR10. Good for David Wortman. Alex is by. Kyle Ryan's waiting. He's going to take a mistake. They've been not known for making many.
Yeah, they've both been pretty consistent drivers. Kyle going to show on the outside there. Can see the backfire on the tailpipe as David lifts. I assume we're running the pop and bang tune.
Right.
It's
Right.
that it I think comes. I don't know if it comes stock on a BMW M2 or if it's just the first thing you do. But I appreciate our amateur class taking their BMW M2s past my house at 1 a.m. and letting off the throttle and letting those bangs go.
Inevitably, somebody's going to call the cops. Well, maybe not. It's probably a every night thing in Chicago.
We're not calling the cops.
Crime is down.
Chicago for that.
Crime is down, though.
It's
By the way,
either
I understand in Chicago.
Yeah, nothing's happening. I can promise anyone who's curious, there's nothing happening. Just a couple Subaru owners and their cars backfiring. There really haven't even been fireworks this summer, so not sure if that's related to imports or people just aren't going to Indiana as often. But the weather's beautiful here in Chicago. Looks like a nice enough day over in Brands Hatch.
Mm-hmm. Which is rare.
Just a little bit wide.
The woman makes a mistake. So easy to do, just overruns
and
the
as
final
I was
corner.
talking about how the track is difficult in just ways of, you need to be focused and concentrate just to not make mistakes. Even that final turn, you're coming up over a little crest. You have to be controlling how you're braking, knowing that the car is going to unload the suspension and unload that grip. And if you really miss that, you can go wide just like that. And that was an opportunity that cost David Wortman second place. Oh, and somebody
in the back. It's a prototype or a radical, so unless you can tell me exactly who it was. It looks blue to me. I hope it wasn't our leader. It may have been. Nope, Dylan Roy's still leading. Was it David Stark?
I think it might have been David Stark. Yeah. If he didn't have I think that I saw a black flag come across for incident points. I was going to say if he didn't have a drive-through before that incident, he does now, and race control confirmed. Also from incidents, it sounds like the 40 of Michael Harris and the 19 of Keith Hurlbut had meatballs from race control, not what you want to see.
Wortman just went just a little bit wide, forcing David Stark off the road. Could have been a lot worse.
There's going to be teething issues with learning how to, how much space is needed, how quickly you can overtake, how quickly they'll be upon you. There's a lot that's going to take some time for people to get used to.
John Daniels starting from the back of the pack after turn one, lap one shenanigans at Watkins Glen. He's made a good day out of it, though. Good comeback for John Daniels as he now comes back up on David Wortman. Looks like inside the top five.
Refer to those as a character building race.
Yeah. Oh, John, we know it wasn't intentional, but those kinds of things happen. Just making his run back up through the field with 15 minutes to go. (19-1) for Caden Richardson.
A lot of gravel at the bottom of the hill. Fair amount up through Druids as well.
Some crazy. There's Michael Odell, champion in the GT3 last season. Never got to really congratulate him for an awesome season. Michael Odell worked his way back up right now, I believe.
Yeah, just a little bit spicier of a version of what he's used to running in real life in SCCA.
Yep.
I believe the SR10 also has a Ford engine. Not as fun as the SR8, which is a V8 Hayabusa.
I've heard a few of those go by at Atlanta Motorsports Park on track days.
Yeah, the idea
Insane.
of one Hayabusa engine is exciting, and then the concept of putting two Hayabusa top ends on a on a bottom end made to fit them is very exciting. That's some high revving fun. Redneck engineering is engineering.
Everybody. That's right. That's right. If it goes forward. Wortman and Bundren now in a battle. Let's see if we can find them. Here we go. Wortman taking the wide line, leaving the door open for Rick Bundren in the red M2. Maybe David Wortman has some damage he's nursing.
Yeah, too old, too
Move
slow.
Rick Bundren up a spot.
Too hard to stop.
Adam said it, not me, David.
It's on the hood.
Oh, gotcha. Old and slow.
Rick Bundren, the Too Old, Too Slow race team.
Nice.
Stacey King used to say in the heyday of Derek Rose, too fast, too strong. Cool, he's got a piston.
Oh, that's hilarious. Thanks. I'm glad one of us is paying attention, Adam. Good on you. Coming up on 11 minutes to go. More race control messages.
Yeah, I'm not
Caden
sure if
Richardson.
David's tires might be going away from him, or if he's just braking later than he wants or needs to.
Really
Looks like
lost
he's
his
getting pushed a
confidence
little
after he
bit.
went wide. Yeah.
But continued consistency from Rick Bundren. Nick Moffitt also was consistent last season. Looks to be continuing that.
Showing Rick Bunder in second place. Amazing run for Rick after his first podium this season earlier. The third place, your leader, though, Kyle Ryan, 7.3 seconds up the road. 7.5 now.
Has Alex Bahari taken the lead? And
Looks like Johan had an issue. If I'm reading this right, I could be wrong. Nope, maybe not. I'm probably reading it
yeah, it
wrong.
looks like Johan's in first and Alex is in second. Apologies for the timing being out of whack. It's old data for the classes. But the running order should be Johan, Bahari, and then CJ Barzak in
CJ.
second.
And unless my timing is wrong, it looks like CJ has not pitted. Seems a little crazy to me. That must be a typo.
Looks like
Michael Odell, P3. All good. We'll get sorted out. Johan DeRoy
yeah, it doesn't.
flashing.
That's
Couple
weird. Yeah,
plays.
it doesn't show a pit lane lap. So I'm assuming that's some bad data. Everybody else stopped 15 laps ago or so.
He's got that smoky unit roll cage, fuel line running all the way through it, around it. Seven minutes 45 to go. Very mild racing. Everybody getting along well at Brands Hatch today. I love it. There's CJ and his reflective paint. You can see it from 10 miles away. Jason Geyer hanging in there. The Mobile One SR10. Thanks for coming out to race with us, Jason. Man, what could have been after Caden Richardson's first lap. I watched Caden's, just Brian Sarton goes off course. Caden, I watched his track guide and he was spot on. Whoa, Christopher Hopper around. Wonder what happened to Christopher Hopper.
Scary place to be sideways. Because
Trying to
cars
figure
come
out which way
blind
is
over the
up.
top.
Ooh, I got some help. Blinking. Is Christopher
That's one
Hopper?
of the most important sections of that track for the marshals to be on top of it. Looks like he
Oh,
just dips a tire off, goes wide. I'm not sure how.
that's Brian behind him. Maybe we'll ride with Brian.
Yeah, not sure how they get connected.
It wasn't Brian. Definitely blinking. Yeah, we're already too late. All good. Couple of Advil. Call me in the morning, Christopher. He goes in, pushes a button, gets a fast repair. Well, wish we had that in real life. One fast repair per race. That would be sweet. Christopher Hopper back on track. And Christopher Hopper, Christopher Hopper proud to say that he's ahead of Gerard Rupert. Where'd you hear, Gerard? Welcome back. A little hiatus, took some time off. Good to see you back on the Midwest Motorsports Road Series Championship.
Yeah, I've been around for a while, at least the season that I joined. Traded some paint with Gerard.
Nobody can catch Kyle Ryan. All he has to do is another 4 minutes. That's where Wortman got it wrong earlier. Lost the lead. Couldn't handle the pressure, maybe, from Kyle Ryan.
I believe
SR10.
Ryan Glover is the current leader in AM.
Ryan, on a different screen. Thanks for that. No disrespect, Ryan. Took you out. It's got to be a
You
warp
had
paint. Yes, it is. It's
Ryan
gorgeous.
right. It's just a different Ryan.
Different Ryan. Okay.
Gets a little bit of that inside curve. That can be dangerous. That's not one that he's going to want to repeat with a couple minutes remaining in the race. Running order is Johan DeRoy, Alex Bahari, Christopher Rowe, Michael Odell, DJ Barzak, Jason Wahlberg, John Daniels, Jason Geyer, Steve Hansel, David Stark, Caden Richardson, Max Bauer. That is your pro running order currently. The order for the AM division and the BMWs: Ryan Glover, Kyle Ryan, Rick Bundren, David Wortman, Shank, I think it's Robert Shank, Nicholas Moffitt, Aaron Mitchell, Justin Shoup, James Zangy, Ron Kabiltes, Troy Nissen, Christopher Hopper, Brian Sarton, and Gerard Rupert. I believe Gerard just got a black flag for incident points, so one last trip down memory lane, or pit lane, if you will. Here's the other too old, too slow, and Justin Shoup.
He's letting it hang out. I recognize the stickers. Red for Bundren, yellow for Shoup.
The honeycomb on there.
Alex Berry
the same
flies by.
Rick.
James Zangy. He did not get repairs like Christopher Hopper did.
It looks like he lost a Pikachu off his front bumper. Pikachu, where are you?
Jason Guy or Steve Hansel, I think.
Yeah,
Not for
taking this one
position.
down to the wire.
Final laps, one more time around for Johan DeRoy. John Daniels right behind him. This could end in disaster.
You
Johan
can, I mean, you
DeRoy,
can really see the suck that toe gave to John. I mean, really pulling that car in.
Johan's going to let him go or not.
Yeah, he really wants his lap back.
Big flag to checkered flag. Johan DeRoy. Not the first time for this young man. After a win last week, so make 2 in a row for Johan DeRoy. Couple of corners left.
His worst finish so far is second place. That's bad news for everybody else. Oh no, Kyle Ryan looks like he got a last gasp. Black flag for incident points just going off there in front of this duo.
Oh no. That's going to hurt him, but it's not going to hurt Johan DeRoy, who takes the checkered flag in the SR10. And Ryan Glover coming through Druids now will be your M2 winner, especially with Kyle Ryan receiving a black flag. That's really going to hurt Kyle Ryan. He'll lose spots for that.
Yeah, Rick Bundren, Kyle Ryan, and David Wortman have already crossed the finish line, so Glover here will just need to bring this car home. Ask his pit box where victory lane is and how to get there.
That's right. Got radio turned up and out the window, waving to all his fans. The victory lap for Wart Team Ryan Glover. Final time by. Congratulations. Team Wart and Ryan Glover. Put the results up, I think. See if we can talk to Mr. Glover and
I'll run down your results here while
DeRoy.
James gets the booth ready. Johan DeRoy put it on pole, put it on the top step of the podium. Flag to flag for Johan. Alex Bahari, second place, up 3 positions. Michael Odell, still on the podium, dropping a position to third. Christopher Rowe, CJ Barzak, 4 and 5. John Daniels, 6th, trying to get his lap back there at the very end from Johan. Jason Wahlberg, 7th. Steve Hansel, 8th. Caden Richardson, 9th. Had some issues. Max Bauer as well. David Stark, Keegan Bahari, and Travis Rowe round out your order. Oh, I'm sorry. And let's see, where was Jason Geyer in this group? Looks like Jason Geyer would have been 9th. So Caden Richardson, 10th, Max Bauer, 11th, David Stark, 12th, Keegan Bahari, 13th, and Travis Rowe, 14th. Your winner in the AM division is Ryan Glover, up 2 positions to take that spot. Rick Bundren finishing second. Rick Bundren finishing second after Kyle Ryan late drive-through at the very last gasp of the race. David Wortman, 4th, Aaron Mitchell, 5th, Justin Shoup, 6th, James Zangi, 7th, Robert Schenk, 8th, Ron Kabiltes, 9th, Troy Nissen, 10th, Christopher Hopper, Nicholas Moffitt, Brian Sarton, Michael Harris Jr., Skylar Wingfield, Kevin Mayer, I don't remember call seeing Kevin running. Um, Kevin Mayer finishing 6 laps down, so he must have had some issues at some point. Gerard Rupert, Keith Hurlbut, Cody Height after a great start having some issues, and Ben Wall.
That's how they ended up at the Brands Hatch Midwest Motorsports mixed class. We have our M2 winner, Ryan Glover. Ryan, it's James and Adam in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, congratulations, Ryan. You had to work for that one. Walk us through your race right from the start.
Well, I've had pace all season, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, no, just got a good start and focused on running my line and getting past the three guys in front of me, and didn't look back. I did a bit of fuel saving so I could pit later, and then went from there. Just kept it clean.
Yeah, we saw that overcut. Did you have any issues with traffic? What was your secret to staying out of the SR10's way?
Actually, lucky enough, I didn't. Right at the beginning, they were separated enough where I wasn't affected by them, and when I let them pass, I just made sure I gave them plenty of room. Because on a small track like this, it's gets a little scary. There's a couple moments that it was scary for sure.
Right on. Well, you made it look easy. Congratulations on a great win tonight, Ryan. That's a good points day for you, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ryan Glover, your M2 winner, and now fastest man on the track. Made it look easy. Johan DeRoy, how did you stay entertained out there? It looks like you had a little bit of battle at the beginning, but after that, it looked like you were in cruise control. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was still entertaining. There was so much traffic out there. The track is kind of small, so very few laps without traffic. Gotta be very careful out there, and yeah, otherwise it was a really fun race.
Any issues at all? I know spent some time on this track. It's definitely not your first few laps around this track. Any practice for the SR10?
Yeah, did a couple of laps before this week. Not a lot of problems during the race. Couple of misunderstanding between the two classes, but not major mistake. It was good race. Like I've said, the qualifying was really important out here because when you are in front, you still faster because of the dirt here. There's so much here due to a lot of corners.
Yeah, right on. I know we had an update today. You notice anything major on the update?
The UI is good. I appreciate it. Um, but in terms of like the driving of the SR10, it's still the same. Not a lot of change in this direction.
Right on. Well, congratulations. That's two in a row, Johan. We'll see if we can go for three next week. Congratulations. A great win.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Johan DeRoy, your race winner. Adam, anything else you got from Brands Hatch round three?
No, I expect to see more excitement as we go on, and as Max noted, the traffic is hot and heavy. These cars, just with the difference in speed, are going to be coming together a lot more frequently, I think, than, especially that we saw in the GT classes. So that'll be really exciting. So the Sebring is always a place where elbows come out and body parts come off, and I think we'll see a lot of action between the two classes and within the classes next week.
I look forward to it. You're going to be there next Tuesday night. Session opens at 7, race time 7:30. We'll see you there. For all the Midwest Motorsports admins that make this league great. For Adam Sondag, I'm James J. reminding you to stay in your lane.